All right, let's talk about something that's less about grammar and more about debugging our own language. We're going to treat communication like it's a system and find a tool that makes our status updates just as precise as our code. Let's dive in. Okay, so picture your daily stand-up. Your teammate says, "I fixed the bug." Great, that tells you what they did in the past. But what if they say, "I have fixed the bug"? Now that tells you something way more important: the current state of the system. It means the fix is in, the problem is solved, and it's relevant right now. That one little change means everything, and today we're going to master it. So first, let's define the problem. Think of imprecise language as a bug in your team's communication stack. It creates all this ambiguity about project status, and it leads to what are basically version control issues in your team's shared understanding of what's going on.
So how do we patch this communication bug? Well, we use the present perfect. Its whole job is to connect something that happened in the past to this exact moment. It's not really about when something happened, but what its result is right now.
This is a really simple way to see the logic. The initial state was dirty. The action was cleaning. The new state, which we get from saying he has cleaned his shoes, is clean now. A past action literally defines the current state. That's the core principle right there.
Or take this one. If someone asks, "Hey, where's the DevOps team?" and you say they have gone out, you're not giving them a history lesson, you're reporting their current status. They are not here now. It's a perfect status update, and you don't even need a timestamp.
So, this really just sums up the central rule. The present perfect is all about an action in the past that has a direct result in the present. Honestly, think of it less like grammar and more like a system for describing state changes.
Now, like any good system, we can add some parameters to this. I want you to think of these next few keywords as optional arguments you can pass to your communication function to add more detail about timing and experience.
These three words, they are absolutely crucial for managing expectations on a team. If you say, "I've just pushed the commit," that means, hey, give it a minute before you pull. If you say, "I've already deployed the hotfix," you're communicating that you're ahead of schedule. And saying, "I haven't finished the test yet," well, that clearly signals that a dependency is still blocked.
Okay, this one is critical. Gone versus been. He has gone to Spain means his current status is unavailable. But he has been to Spain describes his experience. It's the difference between being out of office and saying, "Yeah, I've worked with that API before." The experience happened in the past, but the knowledge from it is present right now.
And when we need to talk about how long something has been going on, we have two simple tools. For is all about a quantity of time, a duration. The server has been down for 3 hours. Since, on the other hand, marks the specific starting point. The server has been down since 9 a.m. They're both useful, they just give you the time frame in different ways.
And now for the main event, telling the difference between the past and the present. I want you to think of it like this. Are you reading a historical log file, or are you querying the live system status? That right there is the key difference.
Here's the most important point. The past simple, "I did," is like fetching a historical log entry from Git. It's a finished, time-stamped event. It's done. But the present perfect, "I have done," is a query to the live system. It tells you the state of things right now.
Let's see this in action. Saying, "I lost my key last week" is basically a closed ticket. It's an anecdote, a story. But saying, "I have lost my key," that's an active issue. That means I can't get into the server room now. See the difference? One is a story, the other is a current, unresolved problem.
This example is just perfect for this. Shakespeare wrote plays. The action is finished because his life is finished. But if your friend has written many books, the implication is that she's still alive and she can write more. It's the difference between a deprecated library and one that's still under active development. That connection to the present, it's everything.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up. The present perfect isn't just some random grammar point. It's a vital tool for precise, clear communication in our daily work.
So when do you actually use this? You use it when you're reporting the current state of a feature after you've pushed a commit. You use it giving a clear status update about a blocker. You use it to announce that a new deployment is live. In every single one of these cases, you're communicating the present result of your past work, which is exactly what your team needs to know.
So here's the real takeaway. We spend our days obsessing over precision, over logic and state management in our code. So why not apply that same rigor to how we communicate about it? Making this one small shift in your language can eliminate so much ambiguity and just make your entire team more efficient.
Your code is precise. Make sure your communication is too.